This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, the race to the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals heats up as TNT and Meralco clash in the semifinals, while crowd favorites Barangay Ginebra San Miguel and the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters gear up for a high-intensity showdown. Filipina tennis star Alex Eala now turns her focus to Roland Garros after entering the French Open main draw as a top 50 player despite an early exit in Strasbourg. A new voice takes over Alas Pilipinas women as Shaq de los Santos is named interim head coach, while Ty Bundit recovers from an ankle injury sustained in a scooter accident in Thailand. WBC welterweight champion Ryan Garcia has confirmed a September 12 title defense against top contender Conor Benn in Las Vegas, setting up one of the biggest boxing showdowns of the year. And as the world begins to focus on the road to the 2026 FIFA World Cup, veteran football coach Hans Peter Smit joins us to break down which global powerhouse truly has the edge to lift the trophy. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 19th of May. Now, here's our roundup brought to you by the Philippine Sports Commission, the Philippine Olympic Committee, and the NST-IAC. The race to the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals starts now. 4 teams remain and 2 high-stakes semifinal series are set to open in Antipolo. Here's our sports correspondent, Zeus Valdez, with the details.
The road to the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals officially begins as 4 teams battle for 2 spots in the championship round. The defending champion TNT Tropang 5G takes on the Meralco Bolts in the first game of the semi-final doubleheader at the Inares Center in Antipolo. All eyes will be on TNT import Volleyball, who is coming off another dominant performance after finishing with 35 points and 13 rebounds in their quarter-final clincher against NLEX.
That's a complete team. They're playing at a very high level. If you remember, in our elimination round game, tinambakan kami ng Meralco, right?
But TNT head coach Shot Reyes admitted Meralco presents a completely different challenge after the Bolts beat them during the elimination round. Meanwhile, crowd favorites Barangay Ginebra San Miguel and the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters collide in what is expected to be a fast-paced and physical series. Ginebra will again lean on import Justin Brownlee along with Scotty Thompson and RJ Barrientos, while Rain or Shine counters with import Jalen Johnson and a young high-energy core. Ginebra head coach Tim Cone expects a much tougher series this time against Xiangyao's Elasto Painters, who eliminated San Miguel in the quarterfinals.
I just know how hard it is to go up against Xiangyao and his teams. They play the game extremely hard. They play the game extremely fast.
Game 1 of both best-of-7 semi-final series will be played Wednesday in Antipolo. Reporting for the Scorecard, Zeus Valdez, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
The naturalization bid of Benny Boatwright continues to gain momentum after 4 senators officially co-sponsored the measure at the Senate. Senators Francis Pangilinan, Jinggoy Estrada, Pia Cayetano, and Bongo all expressed support for House Bill 6639, which seeks to grant Filipino citizenship to the San Miguel Beermen import. Boatwright personally attended the Senate session today as lawmakers continue discussions on his naturalization, which could allow him to represent the Philippines in future international competitions, including the 2026 Asian Games. Pangilinan said Boatwright's naturalization could help strengthen the country's national basketball program and boost the Philippines' chances of defending its Asian Games title. The Senate is expected to continue studying the measure as the naturalization process moves forward. Rain or Shine guard Andre Caracut delivered a standout performance in front of rumored love interest and volleyball star Bella Belen. powering the Elasto Painters to a 113-104 win over San Miguel Beer and into the PBA Commissioner's Cup semifinals. Karakot exploded for 29 points, including 6 triples, and a crucial 4-point shot late in the fourth quarter, helping Ross return to the Final Four after missing out in the Philippine Cup. For his heroics, Karakot was named PBA Press Corps Player of the Week for May 13 to 16, beating out top performers from TNT and Meralco. Social media also buzzed over Belen's presence at the Henares Center, fueling Beldre Love Team talks, though Karakot brushed it off, saying he was simply inspired by the hard work and support surrounding the team. Alex Eala is now shifting her full attention to the French Open after an early exit in the WTA 500 Strasbourg Open in France. Fresh from climbing back to world number 38 and securing a main draw spot at Roland Garros as a top 50 player, Eala bowed to Ukraine's Alexandra Olenikova in 3 sets, 6-3, 5-7, 3-6. The Filipina tennis princess struggled late, surrendering 7 service breaks despite leading 3-2 in the deciding set. Still, the setback gives Eala extra preparation time before facing the world's elite in Paris next week. Eala is also entered in the French Open doubles draw, where she will partner Canadian rising star Victoria Mboko for the first time. A new voice will temporarily take charge of Alas Pilipinas women's volleyball team. The Philippine National Volleyball Federation has appointed Shaq De Los Santos as interim head coach, while national team mentor Ty Bundit recovers from an ankle injury suffered in a scooter accident in Thailand. PNVF President Tony Boy Liao confirmed that De Los Santos will handle the team's training and preparations leading up to the AVC Challenge Cup. The national team also held its first practice session following the recent revamp of the player pool, with veteran star Eliza Valdez among those who reported. More players are expected to join the training camp in the coming days as Alas Pilipinas continues its build-up for the AVC Challenge Cup set from June 6 to 14 in Candon City, Ilocos Sur. Preparing for the 2026 Siaba Under-18 Championship, the Gilas Pilipinas youth team gained more experience despite an 83-58 loss to Far Eastern University Tamaraos in the Phil Oil Eco Oil Preseason Cup at the Playtime Phil Oil Center in San Juan. FEU dominated from start to finish behind Janre Pasaol, Kirby Mongcopa, and rookie Cabs Cabonillas, who helped the Tamaraos lead by as many as 28 points. For Gilas youth, Bruce Tubongbanwa stood out with 16 points built on 2 3-pointers, while Sean Lucido and Aeon Braga also provided solid contributions as the young national team continues its build-up for international action. Harmy Constantino reignited her title campaign after firing a 6-under par 66 to grab a 2-shot lead after the opening round of the ICTSI Caliraya Springs Championship. Constantino rode a hot finish featuring 3 straight birdies plus an eagle on the par 5 fourth hole to move ahead of Mafi Singson, who carded a bogey-free 68. Florence Becerra stood in the third with a 70, while Seoyun Kim fired a 71 as Constantino moved closer to a return to winning form in the Ladies Philippine Golf Tour. Ryan Garcia has named Conor Benn as the first challenger for his WBC welterweight title defense set for September 12 in Las Vegas. Garcia made the announcement on The Tonight Show, confirming a high-profile showdown between two of boxing's biggest stars. Benn enters the fight as the WBC's top-ranked contender after a recent win over former world champion Regis Prograis. The matchup also sets the stage for a rare promotional collaboration between Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and Dana White's Zuffa Boxing. After watching Shai Gilgeous-Alexander receive the NBA MVP award before tip-off, Victor Wembanyama responded with a historic performance of his own. Wembanyama erupted for 41 points, 24 rebounds, and 3 blocks to lift the San Antonio Spurs to a 122-115 double overtime win over the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. The 22-year-old French star became the youngest player in NBA history to record 40 points and 20 rebounds in a playoff game. Wembanyama delivered multiple clutch plays late, including a game-tying deep three in overtime and a powerful alley-oop dunk that sealed the win. Oklahoma City still got 24 points and 12 assists from Gilgeous-Alexander, while Alex Caruso added a career playoff-high 31 points off the bench. Jalen Williams also scored 26 in his return from a hamstring injury. Rookie Dylan Harper also stepped up for San Antonio with 24 points, 11 rebounds, 7 steals, and 6 assists as the Spurs stole home court advantage. Game 2 of the West Finals is set Thursday in Oklahoma City. Up next, the countdown to the 2026 FIFA World Cup is on as France, Argentina, Spain, and Brazil emerge as early favorites, with superstars Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe expected to take center stage. Veteran football coach Hans Peter Smit joins us to break down who really has the edge to win it all when we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. As the race to the 2026 FIFA World Cup intensifies, powerhouses France, Argentina, Spain, and Brazil are already being tagged as the teams to watch, with global icons Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe once again in the spotlight. Joining us now via Zoom is veteran football coach Hans Peter Smit to analyze the early World Cup landscape. Coach Hans, good evening to you and welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for having me again.
Coach, right off the bat, who you got for the 2026 World Cup? Who do you feel has the best chance to win it all?
Well, number one, Argentina has got a bullseye target behind their backs, simply because they are defending. Of course, Brazil is always on top there. They'll be there. Argentina, Brazil, France, but Mbappe is not 100%, just like Neymar is not 100%. So, you know, when it comes to the World Cup, everything changes. You throw out everything, but how the players performed in the Euro League or whatever league they're playing at, it is which team is healthier and which team really wants it more. And of course, the number one thing there is if the coaches, you know, are, how do you say, seriously on the line for their training and what they're after. I haven't heard anything about Portugal, but I think, Cristiano Ronaldo, knowing that this is his last and that's the only trophy that he has to get, he will do, regardless of his age, just like Lionel Messi. Okay, Portugal, Argentina, France, Brazil, they have got, a pretty good lineup, you know? But of course, just like in any other major tournament, it's how healthy you are. And there are a lot of number of players that are not 100%, which have been being mentioned by everybody because everybody wants to is expecting like Mbappe, Neymar, and the rest like Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi to entertain. Okay, but the thing is now, it's the World Cup, so every player now carries the flag on their chest. So that's a long shot. But you know what is very obvious now? I don't know if people noticed. There is no group of death this time. So there is a possibility of the usual suspects that will be making the next round. But again, history will also tell you that smaller teams like before, like Korea, Japan, they enter the semis. Nobody expected them to do it. Besides, in the World Cup, this is where the 12th man is very evident. Okay? The 12th man, the crowd. You're playing in your hometown, that's a big boost. Very big boost. So you never know. It's being played in Mexico, in the States, and where
Canada.
else? Canada. So whoever is laser focused on the World Cup, which of course all of them are.
Coach.
It will be very interesting.
Yeah. So based on what you said, it seems like Argentina is the favorite. We know we witnessed one of the best World Cup finals in history last 2022 when it was Mbappe and Messi, Argentina versus France in the final. And then, of course, Messi finally getting that World Cup. But you mentioned Mbappe not 100%. Brazil just announced Neymar would be part of the lineup, but not 100%. And then Ronaldo, he's always been like a one-man show for Portugal, but he is the most in-shape 41-year-old in the entire world. What about Spain? Coach, they have this young 18-year-old phenom. Outside of the four that you mentioned, marami nagsasabi na Spain might be one of the dark horses here in the World Cup.
As a team, I will not be surprised if they make it as far, as the semifinals. But talking about Lamine Yamal, I don't think this is his World Cup. Maybe the next. He is very young. He still has the teenage personality. He's the character. He will be shocked to be playing in the World Cup. But because of his, his arrogance, I'm not saying that in a bad way. His arrogance can bring him to a good World Cup for him, for a young player like him.
Yeah, still 18 years old. I think what the world will be watching is The Last Dance because that's what they're promoting. This could be the final World Cup for Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, possibly Neymar as well because of his health issues. This is also Neymar's fourth World Cup already, and Vini Jr. is already being pushed and promoted as the new face of Brazil football. What do you think Lionel Messi has planned for this World Cup? Obviously, he wants to win, but what can you expect from him and Argentina, as this could be the final time the world will be witnessing him on the pitch, in the World Cup at least?
There's one more player that will be his last, Modric.
Luka
Modric will be his last also. I'm sure the coach of Argentina has prepared something different for Messi. Okay? Because all eyes will be on him. I mean, when he plays, just like Cristiano Ronaldo, the strategies, tacticals will be different now, I think, because of the age. I don't think Messi, Ronaldo, Modric, and all this are going to be playing a bit slower than their younger years. No, I don't think so. I mean, these guys are the richest athletes in the world. They need to take care. Number one, they need to take care of their health. Okay, and they cannot slack off. Injuries, I mean, I'm still looking personally. I'm still looking for Portugal to go to the finals.
Wow!
Only because of Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, he's how do you say? Not just a player, he's a spiritual leader of the team. The whole country's behind him. He's healthy. Messi is healthy also as a 38-year-old, 41-year-old. It's been going on for so many decades actually now. Athletes that reached 40s. I mean, in boxing, it's so clear. Boxing, track and field, and so many other sports disciplines. Because I think the older you get, the more focused you are. Because what have you got to lose? And what's nice with these guys is you never hear them say about their age.
Yeah. I actually
They
wouldn't
never
be
made an
surprised.
excuse. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, Coach, if Ronaldo actually plays even when he's 45 with how in shape he is. But, Coach, I like that you mentioned Luka Modric and Croatia because Croatia always seems to be that team that crashes the party. In the last World Cup, Brazil was supposed to enter the top 4, and then here comes Croatia beating them, breaking their hearts. Do you think that Croatia can be more than a party crasher in this World Cup?
They can, just like Germany. We haven't mentioned Germany yet, but Germany is always up there, just like Brazil. So I think this World Cup, there's a little bit more balance. But I will not be surprised if there's some, like you said, somebody who sneaks into the party. After the second round, it will be more clear which teams will be coming in. But like I said, the usual suspects will get into the second round. There's no group of death, That would, for me, I prefer that there's no group of death personally because I want to see the best teams come out. Because sometimes, it comes so early wherein the teams that you expect to be in the semis or even in the finals match up together very early in the tournament. So now it's going to be a better for the past how many World Cups, huh? The past how many World Cups have been always group of death. So now, I was reviewing it just earlier. There's none. So it's going to be interesting if there will be any major upsets.
All right, Coach, we're so excited for the World Cup, but I got one last question for you. Who do you think will end up with the Golden Boot? Last World Cup, it was Mbappe. 2 World Cups ago, it was Harry Kane. This year, sino sa tingin mo, Coach Hans, ang may malaking tsansa na makuha yung Golden Boot?
I'd like to make something. I'd like to be to put an intrigue.
Okay.
But nobody talks about Haaland.
Ooh.
He's young, he's tall, he's big, he's a very powerful player, and he is a clinical finisher. So you'll never know. Because Norway can also still make the top 4. Okay, so Mbappe will be there, but I don't think he'll be 100%. Like I said earlier, Messi could still be there, and Cristiano Ronaldo, Haaland, and no other surprises. But just either the Neymar, I doubt. You will see during the first games of this team, of these players, if they're played first 11. If they're being in the first 11, then you know that the coach has all the trust in them. So you know that they'll go far in this World Cup.
All right, we'll mark those picks. Coach Hans, we're so excited for the World Cup. We'll surely talk to you again. Thank you so much for the time, Coach.
Thank you also for having me again, Ton. See you soon.
All right, Coach Hans Peter Smit with us here on the Scorecard. Coming up next, can rain or shine pull off another massive upset after taking down San Miguel? Or will Justin Brownlee and Ginebra prove why they're still the team to beat? We'll break down that matchup when we return right here on the Scorecard. Welcome back to the Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. The stage is set for what could be one of the most physical and emotional series of the PBA Season 50 Commissioner's Cup semifinals. Barangay Ginebra San Miguel versus the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. Now, on paper, Ginebra enters as the favorite. The Gin Kings finished as the higher seed and dominated Rain or Shine in their only elimination round meeting, 114-90. Justin Brownlee erupted for 40 points in that game as Ginebra drained 21 threes in one of their most impressive wins of the conference. But according to Coach Tim Cohn, that game no longer matters. The winningest coach in PBA history knows exactly what kind of challenge awaits the team in a best-of-7 war against Coach Yang Giao and the Elasto Painters. Cohn admitted that Rain or Shine plays extremely hard, extremely fast, and competes on every single possession. He even warned that the Elasto Painters' style can wear teams down over the course of a long series, and warning signs are already there. Rain or Shine is coming off a massive quarterfinal upset after eliminating powerhouse San Miguel Beer, 113-104, and that victory immediately caught the attention of Ginebra import Justin Brownlee. Brownlee even called San Miguel one of the most talented teams in the entire PBA, making Rain or Shine's victory even more impressive in his eyes. Now, the six-time PBA champion expects one of Ginebra's toughest tests yet. Brownlee said, the Elasto Painters' run-and-gun style and system is very difficult to handle. And that is exactly what makes this series so dangerous for Ginebra. Now, the Elasto Painters may not have the star power of Ginebra or San Miguel, but they play with that non-stop energy and defensive pressure. On the other side, Ginebra brings the experience, the composure, and championship pedigree. But Coach Yang Giao believes his team has a real chance. The last time Rain or Shine eliminated San Miguel Beer in the playoffs was during their 2016 Commissioner's Cup title run. However, Giao dismissed any talk about destiny or superstition. For him, none of that matters. What matters now is surviving another heavyweight battle, this time against Barangay Ginebra. The Gin Kings have won their last 3 playoff series against Rain or Shine. But if the Elasto Painters proved anything against San Miguel, it's that they are no longer just a dangerous underdog. They are now a legitimate threat. And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow on The Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This is Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.